Hi, I'm Danna.
And I'm Kristin.
Welcome to our podcast,
Mismatched.
We are two moms from completely different walks of life
who discovered friendship where least expected.
This is our space to share, connect, and try to survive this crazy thing we call life. Whatever you are doing,
or wherever you are headed, take Mismatched along for the ride.
Hello. How is everyone doing? I am a lone soldier yet again. As I look to my left.
Aww.
Oh, there she is.
Danna.
Don't you feel bad for me? I'm sitting here all alone. It's kind of awkward.
Isn't it kind of nice?
I'm not going to lie. No one is sitting insanely close to me, so that part is kind of nice.
No one's touching you. No one's like in your space. It has to be kind of nice. I'm actually, I'm missing being there for sure.
Yes, we are missing you. Kristin is down visiting her parents right now. So we thought we would podcast from afar for you guys.
Well, we didn't have time to get it in this weekend because there was so much going on.
We
be busy this weekend.
We were so busy. So we went to Cedar Point, you guys, on Thursday. We took the kids to Cedar Point. And I think it was successful. Kristin, you guys had a good time.
It was a great time. It was a different trip to Cedar Point because it was so busy.
It was. It was so much busier than, like, we've had this entire season. I mean, I've only been once, but Liv's gone a bunch of times. She said it was so much busier than she was used to.
Right. So it just, that was a little different, but it was still a great time. And then we, had dinner. What's that little resort place we had dinner
at the Breakers Hotel. We went over to the Breakers and had dinner over there, and they've done such a nice job over there.
The shoreline that was probably one of my favorite parts, just as we were walking along Lake Erie. I mean, that was really fun. And Campbell claims she'd never had her feet in Lake Erie before.
That's what she told Olivia. Listen, there's a lot of firsts this kid told me this weekend, and I'm calling a whole lot of you-know-what on it. She also told me, she's never slept in a tent before.
Okay, that is so not true.
This is what she told me. I'm just telling you.
I don't know how she would not have slept in a tent.
So we went.
Maybe she slept in a tent just at Camp Fest. I think it was the first time at Camp Fest.
Maybe.
She normally glamp in a camper,
yes.
But then last year I think they slept in that that pumpkin painting shed.
Yes, they did, right? Because my tent was right there. So, guys, we camped on Bill and Kristin's family's property this past weekend, and it was so much fun. The kids love it. I have to say the adults love it just as much. It really is. I made fun of Kristin last time that she hates it, but I actually think she might have had fun this time, whether she wanted to or not.
Well, I wasn't there as much.
Well, maybe that's why you enjoyed it. What do you think?
No, it was a great time. It is. I told Bill, the reality is that we're coming off there, and then we have Camp Fest, and then it's we always have Cultivated Cure, and then we go back to school, and it's let's cram one more thing in the weekend.
It's a busy time. Yes. Yeah. Kristin, our friend, has a UTV. Our friend Becky has a UTV, and Kristin took me for a ride on it. And first off, I have to say she is an insanely good driver. But I feared my life at one point in time. You guys, we did a wheelie. I mean, we were up on the two rear wheels, for sure. There were four of us lovely ladies inside this UTV. We were safe. We were wearing helmets. We were strapped in. But I thought that was going to be the end of it for a moment there.
That was a moment. I was like, whoa. So our friend Becky is, first of all, Becky's a pharmacist. Becky's very professional.
Yes.
And then Becky has this, her house is perfect, her meals are, she's just a perfect person.
Yes.
And she's like, let's go UTV, and come
she
on.
Lets loose. She lets loose.
Like an animal.
She does.
And so I'm the one driving. She's in the co-pilot.
Yes.
In the passenger seat. You were in the back, and my sister Jessica, who's never listened to the podcast,
still not listening to the podcast.
And Becky is always encouraging me to, like, take it to the next level. So I'm like, no, I can't. We can't go over that log. Like, I don't want to break your vehicle because I already broke her pie iron.
You did.
The night before. And she's like, no, go. So we got over it fine the first time. And then the second time.
It wasn't so smooth. Your sister took video of like a whole lot of it, and then she posted on Facebook like a whole bunch of funny pictures from the weekend. Yeah.
The video's up?
No, she didn't post the video, but she does have a video. But she did post the funniest picture of me. First of all, the helmet I'm wearing is too small on me, so my cheeks, if you're watching, I'll show you, but like my cheeks are like smashed into the helmet. She posted this picture of me. I wanted to kick her butt, and I was going to comment on it, but I was afraid that if I commented, that would cause it to bring up more. It would bring it up more in people's Facebook algorithm, so I didn't comment.
It does make you look like chipmunk.
It does, yes. I had a total chipmunk face.
It's not very flattering.
I would agree. But it was a great weekend. We had so much fun. And then what did your kids have this weekend or this week?
We had the first day of school. What else did my kids
crazy.
have?
That's what I meant. No, that's what I'm like saying.
Oh gosh, what have I forgotten? So
No.
They had back to school, which is fun. Like, I'm so sad when school starts, but it is. It's exciting. Campbell's in high school. Like, she's in high school.
So crazy.
She just, I don't know. She's so grown up, and her outfit was like perfect, and she has this cute little but classic style. We're trying to, look cool but still be classy and not like a little hussy like some of the kids look
totally.
These days.
Today, Olivia and I went shopping, and she tried on a shirt, and she told me that it was a Campbell shirt.
No,
it wasn't a negative, but it reminded her of Campbell.
Yeah.
Campbell definitely has a set style. She does, yes.
She is like working on it and like trying to figure out what it is, but it's fun yet. She looks cute. Yeah. So she had a good outfit. She had a good day. She survived her first day of high school. Actually, she's been through a couple days of high school now, so she's surviving. She's, I think, doing okay, and probably like
these kids are just so resilient. Like, I think we were talking about it last week a little bit, but these kids are so overactive, right? Like, our kids are involved in like so many different things, right? That sometimes I wonder, like, is it too much? But I think that it just like forms like so much resiliency to them. Like, they are always on the go, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think it makes.
I don't think so. I think a busy kid is a good kid. Like,
sure.
I think the best kids are the busiest kids. I think sometimes it's just hard to figure out the balance, right? Like, we want them to be involved. We want them to do all these things, but like, things take a lot out of the kids. Yeah. Like, they're expected so much. Like, if you're in softball or you're in band or you're in volleyball and basketball, like, there's just it seems like the sport starts like in the middle of the summer.
Well, and I feel, so for us, totally, like, I think for you guys too, like, volleyball is a fall sport. August 1st, it started, and, she is expected to be there every day, and I get it. Like, her coach made it was funny, actually. So her coach made a good point. She said, when you're in high school, if you miss a practice, that's not going to fly. And, we had a scenario where with Cedar Point this past week, she was going to miss practice because we had planned it before she had even made the team. And so I told her coach she's not going to be there, and her coach said okay. And then she told me her coach was pretty upset about it. And at first I was like, oh man, these kids didn't get much of a summer. They should still get their summer. And then a friend of mine who's also a coach was like, listen, she's taking time out of her day too, away from her family too. So if she's making the commitment, your kids should make the commitment too. And I was like, well, that's kind of a valid point. Like, I didn't really like that she was right, but
it is a valid point. But I think what I would like to see, especially like our kids show livestock, so we've got like the whole state fair component. So this is something that we're going to have to worry about.
This is going to be a huge factor for you guys.
It is. So I was talking to some other parents at the state fair, and like, so your kids play fall sports. Like, how do you do the fair? Because, we're just not, like, we're very involved in the fair. Like, the kids show year round, we do all these things. So this is a sport to them. Yet, great kids they have to do other activities. And so this one mom, she's like, like we are so blessed to have a school system that completely understands that this is something that they do. It's a passion, it's a priority. And so, I guess that we should be very grateful for school systems and coaches who do understand that these kids, some of the best kids, do other things. And, we're kind of facing this a little bit with Sam and soccer and band. And, the kid wants to do both. He should be able to do both, and it's balancing itself out. But band is his thing. That's his number one, and soccer comes second. And so while he loves soccer, there's some things he has to sacrifice. So I guess we're just should be so grateful for schools and coaches who do work and who do understand.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's just, these kids, I don't remember being this busy. Does that make sense? Like, I don't remember.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was like this. I think it's become so, everything is so competitive. Everything is so, I guess, available. So we just, they just do so much. But I don't know. I love it. I would rather them be busy doing stuff than sitting home on video games, right? So I guess I'll take it.
It's exhausting to the parents, too. Like, we're running most kids.
I truly said, one time I said, one of the biggest mistakes we make as a parent is signing our kids up for extracurricular activities.
Well, so this is true because this is a different phase in life. Like, Jessica signed Archie up, I think, for soccer. My nieces and nephews who are younger, like, they've been doing sports and little things because you're so excited, right? Like, you've got your baby that can walk. We're like, oh, we want them to make friends. We should go sign them up for a little rec sport because they need something to do. You parents should be like loving that your kids are home with you and you don't have anything to do.
Yes.
You need those years because soon you're not going to have these years to be at home.
It is so true. My niece and nephew are 4 and 6, so they're just starting to get into that, age of sports, the beginning of it. And it is so true. Like, my sister-in-law will say to me, I feel like we're busy. And then I listen to your schedule and it's like, it's a totally different story. So, but it is what it is. I'm glad that my kids want to do extracurriculars. I'm glad that they're athletic. I'm glad that they're enjoying it. So, and that's really what it's about. As long as they are enjoying it, I guess, as soon as it doesn't become fun.
You want to do it at the commitment, but once you make the commitment, you got to stick with it. Like, there's just so many different lessons like that these kids learn.
Mm-hmm.
And,
totally.
Sometimes it's exhausting. Like, this has been a crazy weekend, coming off a couple crazy weeks, coming off some crazy days. And I'm like, I am just tired. And I think it's okay to be tired. And we had a conversation, the two of us, like, how are you doing? Like, are you making it through, like, all this crazy stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And you just get in this mode and it's like survival and you go, go, go. And I'm like, I think I'm going to sleep good. Like,
I think so too.
To, like, rest your body.
Yes.
But life is hard. It's busy. It's crazy. Everybody's busy.
I love when people say, you're going to miss this. And I'm like, I'll be the judge.
Are we?
I would love to be the judge.
I know. What I never want to say is, how are you? I don't want to be like, busy.
Yes.
I don't ever want to have that response.
Because sometimes I feel like you're not you in general, a person is so busy that they're not like living their life. They're not enjoying it. They're just like going through it so fast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I thought that was me too. I had that conversation. Like, are you really enjoing life?
I wasn't trying to put it on you like that. I wasn't trying to roll you like that.
There's a couple things this week I'm like, I don't know if I'm enjoying life. I'm just going through the motions. No, but this was a great weekend. I kind of looked at it in phases of, like, we had Camp Fest and then
Parker's birthday. It was Parker's birthday.
We celebrated his birthday on Saturday. His birthday actually was on Sunday. So we had, like, all these different things, and he had a great birthday on Saturday night. Celebrated again on Sunday night with our family, and then we had cultivated cure. But before that, we had to make pies, and it was just like, oh my gosh! But they were all really fun things. It's just like getting through one to get to the next. We had 4-H. Oh, we can't forget 4-H. We had 4-H. So there was a lot of things going on.
But you did it.
We made it through. We've made it through.
That will give you gray hairs. Guess what?
I have them.
Wait, I have to talk about this. This is something that's on my list I have to talk about. So when I got my hair done yesterday, and Tom is always like, I can't believe you don't have any gray hairs. There's no way. I'm like, I'm telling you, I have no gray hairs. Like, I'm going to be 40. I have 0 gray hair. So my sister-in-law's, she's doing my hair yesterday, and I told her the story, and she's like, I have to tell you something. I'm like, what do you have to tell me? She's like, you have gray hairs. I was devastated. I seriously almost started crying in the chair. I'm like, stop. So I dye my hair. My natural color is dark. I dye it blonde for the most part. It's like pretty much all blonde. I have not seen my natural color in many, many moons. And I was like, no way. And so she like took a picture of the top of my head and she like pointed out, she's like, do you see those two strands? Do you see how it's lighter coming directly from your scalp and you have really bad roots? That's not blonde. That's gray. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Welcome to the club.
I'm not okay with it. Like, I'm not okay with it. Like, I don't know. I'm not okay.
The thing is, it's just blonde hair, so you're really not going to see it.
No, it hides well, but like, I know it's there now and it is like resonating with me and I'm not okay.
It's okay that I'm not on video because I have really bad roots. So you can look at mine and then you'll be like, oh, it's not so bad.
Well, right now I got my hair done yesterday. So I'm looking in the camera. I have like no roots right now.
It'll be fine. You'll deal with it because you'll get it taken care of.
I don't know. I don't know about this, guys.
Hair dye for a reason. You have a sister-in-law, for heaven's sake.
Thank
takes care of your hair.
goodness.
You're good.
Thank goodness. Dear Lord. I am not happy. I was like literally almost crying in the chair. And then I told Tom and he was laughing. He thought it was so
Tom
funny.
does have gray hair.
Tom is
Tom
gray.
actually has this like swirly gray thing.
He has a
good
patch.
gray hair. He has a patch.
He has a patch right up front. I mean, he's got like some gray on the sides and whatnot, but he has like a patch right up front. I always said he looks like, do you remember the show The Nanny and Maxwell Sheffield?
Yeah.
That's like what he has. He's had it for years.
I like the gray patch. It's nice. It's like a charming patch. Bill's going gray, like with what hair he has left. I'd rather be gray than gone, so I'm good with that.
Agreed.
I think men with salt and pepper are very attractive.
I think it's very handsome. I agree. I think it's like a very distinguished look. But you know, that is such a like, what is that? What's it called? Where something is
An oxymoron.
no, I can't think of yeah, like a double standard. Like for men, it's so classy and distinguished, and for women, they're like, oh boy, you know, she's getting old. Like it's just different.
So I think women of a certain age, which I have yet to determine what that age is, it might be 80. It's okay to go gray. Like there are very attractive women who have gray hair.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
I just don't know what age that is for me. I'm thinking 80.
It's not anytime soon for me. It is not.
I'm gonna keep looking young.
But I know people that are my age that are gray and are completely good with it and have rocked it, and good for them. It's not my jam. Like I don't care.
I guess when you get to that moment, you'll realize it and you'll be good with it.
Maybe it's like, you know how they say when you're like done having kids, you know it. Like maybe it's like that kind of thing. Maybe when you're done dyeing your hair.
So I will know that feeling.
I do. I'm very done.
Yeah, you're done. I'm trying to think. There was someone who was just telling me that their husband wanted to have kids. And I can't remember who it was, and I was shocked. I'm like, your kids are like basically grown. You want to have more kids? What's wrong with you?
That is like always like, I can't imagine like at this point in my life getting.
I don't remember who it was. You know, we're really blessed because we have young nieces and nephews still. And so that's really fun.
Yes.
Like, you know,
I feel like we both, because I mean, both of us have the oldest grandchildren of our families, right? So like, it's kind of nice because our brothers and sisters have younger children. So we have like, yeah, I've got 1-year-old twin niece and nephew. So I get to like I was over there yesterday and I got to play with them and I was like, okay, bye-bye.
Right, this has been really fun while it lasts. See you later.
See you, you know, and it's fun because you kind of get to live that life for a minute and then realize like, oh, I did my time. I much prefer them older and more independent, but bigger kids, bigger problems.
We did this little, like we were having a conversation and Uncle Bill said something about like cousin camp, that all the cousins can come stay, but they have to be potty trained. And I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure. Like,
that is a
we're not
no-brainer.
doing cousin camp until they're potty trained. Because I'm like, no, like we don't want to change diapers.
No,
like,
we're past that.
Of course we do, and we love it. But I'm like, no, we don't want long term. Like you can't come for days if you're not potty trained. So we're getting there.
We, yeah, no, for sure. That is.
I have no idea where we're on time. How are we
we're about at 20 minutes. We're just under 20 minutes. I know I'm putting you on the spot. I think it's your turn for a fast five if you have one. I do not have one right now, but I could try and think of one really, really fast.
Probably come up with one. So the fast five for me would be, tell me five like things that repulse you, like that people do, or things like really just get at you.
I don't like,
annoying, like almost like your pet peeves.
I don't like people chewing with their mouth open. I don't like pet peeves. I hate when people have really bad grammar. I cannot stand when, actually I just said it, but I really don't like when someone says I hate someone. You don't hate anyone. And my kids all know that's like a big thing for me. What else do I
Grammar
despise?
is a big stickler for you.
What is?
It's like
Grammar.
your grammar.
Yeah, grammar's a big one. What else? I can't even think right now. I don't know. Wearing a bra that is darker than the shirt you're wearing, I cannot stand.
So you can give me one more.
What?
I said, I think that was your five.
Was that
You can do
5?
one
Okay. No, I don't know.
Five.
That might be it. I think that might be it. I can't remember. But I'm sure I have a million pet peeves. Like Tom will be like, you hate everything I do. So I'm like, you're right. So I'm sure there's many more. I just am put on the spot, so I can't think of them right now. But we are out of time anyways, guys. So we are going to jump out of here. Kristin, I don't know what button to press here to make a noise.
You're going to push the second button down from the top left, and that's going to be the exit.
I found it, and we are out of here, guys. Just
Excellent. Till next time, guys.
we are mismatched.